All right, so today I just wanted to discuss the 115 volt outlet here. I'm on Facebook a lot, and I see a lot of guys, they think just installing that and they're all set, and that's really not the case. So I'm just going to give a walkthrough of what's really involved for this installation, because I did this myself as well. My truck did not come with that outlet, but what ends up happening is people will pull back the radial bezel, they'll see the connector back there, and they think, oh great, all I have to do is connect that and I'm good to go. And that's really not the case at all. There's a lot more wiring involved. So I'm going to kind of explain what's going on here. So the wiring here actually runs from the outlet over here in the passenger side. I've removed the kick panel here. This white connector right here, it runs into that connector, but then this is my additional wiring here. You can see this green and orange. There's another blue wire. That's what I added. The wiring does not run out of here. And what it's supposed to do is supposed to run out of that connector and into, let me remove this yellow connector under the passenger seat. And what ends up happening is, for that inverter to work, the outlet, you need a power inverter. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good picture of it, but RAM, oh, here it is right here. Okay, RAM installs the inverter under the passenger seat. So in order to get that outlet to work, you're going to need the additional wiring that runs from this white connector to this yellow connector, and then you're going to need the wiring that runs out the other side of the yellow connector to the factory inverter. And you're also obviously going to need the inverter. If you want to do an OEM install, there's a bracket here that you're going to need and some bolts to bolt it all up. In addition to that, you need power run to this. So the inverter has a specific fuse location on the fuse box, and then I didn't look to see what it was, but it's going to run from the fuse box. It's one of these right over here. I don't know the exact number. It's on here somewhere. I can add that in the comments. But basically, you're going to need wiring running from under the fuse box, through your firewall, over to your passenger side. And same thing, the way I run it, I ran it under the dash here, under the carpet, and then over and out. And that is also going to pin into the yellow connector. You're probably also going to need a ground. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I have to double check that. But there should be 5 wires going into this yellow connector just for the inverter, and 5 wires coming out. So what I've done is I have a 3-piece kit here. This first one, this is solely the power wire. So it's going to hook in under the fuse box. You're going to run it into the cab all the way over to the yellow connector under the seat. It's going to plug into the yellow connector. That takes care of your power. Then we have this smaller harness here. These are the 3 wires that run to the white connector here. They run into the connector, but they don't run out of the connector, and you need them to run from the white connector to the yellow connector under your seat. So that's what this does. And then you're going to need the connector to actually plug into the inverter when you have it installed under the seat. And that's what this wiring does. And you'll see it's going to have the 3 wires from this harness. It's going to have your power wire from this harness, and it's going to have a ground wire. And like I said, I just need to confirm whether you already have the ground on the other side of the yellow connector for this. But these are going to plug into the other end, the other side of the yellow connector, and then this plugs into your inverter. So if you don't have this outlet from the factory, you're going to be missing all that wiring. So I'll have another install later on. I may start selling wiring for people that want to do this, but it's not really a cheap upgrade, and you can probably do it a lot cheaper if you go an aftermarket route, but for anyone that wants to do an OEM style, I'm going to see what I can do about start making some wiring for that. Any questions, just leave them down below in the comments. Thanks.